So today I officially filed my counter notice for YouTube against the claims from Archie Comic Publications Incorporated that I infringed on their copyrights by producing my video parody satire. It's a parody / satire that I made about the comic industry in general. In particular, I used Archie's characters to demonstrate a point for the sake of satire. The other day, I read the letter where I officially was challenging it, and apparently that is not a valid enough form to send in. According to YouTube's their copyright department, I have to send in an official DMCA counter notification form, or something that's requires a certain amount of information. I thought I was pretty much covered. I think the only thing I perhaps may have left out was a signature, plus I guess they want an official statement saying that I swear under the penalty of perjury that I have a good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of a mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. And I do think it was a mistake in the sense that it was misidentified, because it's a parody, it's a satire. And apparently you have to use that legalese. Now, many of you might be wondering, well, Matt, didn't you face this with Viacom? Yes, I did, but at the time, if they had this form that I had to send in, apparently it was bypassed because I went straight to Viacom. I went straight to Archie too, but they haven't responded yet. Viacom, on their own, went ahead and investigated the thing and found that they had removed the video parody of the real world, or reality TV in general, that happened to use a play on the word for the real world. They found that that was taken down in error on their own and asked YouTube to go ahead and restate, or told YouTube they could go ahead and restate my video. So with Archie Publications, though, since I haven't got any communication with them, even though I tried to because I sent them my official challenge there, I still haven't heard back from them directly. And so YouTube's copyright department did respond to me by email and said that I did not submit the proper forms, so I did so. Now, I'm leaving you links because if you out there feel that your video has been wrongfully removed by YouTube because of the result of a third-party claim by some other corporation, then you can go over here to the notices, or to about this video section. Usually it's the one that gives the description of the video. Click the little more in parentheses if you want to read the whole thing. And I will provide links to the pages that you will need to go to, including a page where I guess you can have a form automatically made up for a DMCA counter notification. A lot of people will fuss about YouTube because of this sort of thing. I'm not quick to jump on YouTube over this matter, and I'll explain. YouTube specifically. Because YouTube, I understand, is covering its butt. Basically, because of companies like Viacom and such, they are in a position where once these companies bark, they go, ooh, and they say, okay, we'll take it down. And so they're just trying to protect themselves. I'm not mad at YouTube for protecting itself. I'm mad at Archie Comic Publications for having my video marked for removal. If you hadn't seen the video, let me tell you, not only was it mentioned in the tag, okay? Not only was it mentioned in the tag to the video that was a parody, it's incorporated into the video itself. In addition, I do give copyright notice to Archie Comics to let people know that, of course, it's their characters, like anybody wouldn't know. I made mock covers that were my own drawings in there. So over the top. Archie goes emo? Anime Archie? I mean, give me a break. Was there anybody out there who really believed that there was a comic called Archie Goes Emo? See, this video is a combination of things. Yes, it uses some pictures and panels and covers little different elements from the Archie comic book series. And the use of parody, which is allowable by parody and satire laws. It uses, within the context of this parody, but it also uses spoof covers. And it uses a over-the-top narrative there, a voiceover. These corporations, they're just greedy, soulless corporations. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Keep in mind, when you defend these corporations, if there's people out there who would think to do so, and there are, for whatever reason, whether it's just because they just want to be contrary to me, or if because they genuinely believe it. We're talking about, industries that have done crappy things. In fact, let me put it this way. What's happening here on YouTube is kind of a crappy situation. You are considered guilty. You're considered guilty until you prove yourself innocent in these kinds of situations. It happened to me with Viacom. They accused me of copyright infringement without even really checking my video. And in Viacom's case, they didn't check it at all, I know for a fact, until I complained. And then they reviewed it, and the result. Okay, so right there, they're already getting on our rights. It's okay for corporations to get on the rights of the individual. It's a right for them to infringe on our rights. But somehow, God forbid, we do something like play a parody or what have you, and they say it's infringing on their rights. We're also talking about the kind of, these different media outlets. Now, I'm not speaking about Archie, of course, in this case, but like with the writer's strike, where writers in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry have been screwed over by large, greedy corporations. And that's why these writers are striking against them. We're talking about companies like Sony, who put rookits, that's malware. They put vicious malware on unsuspecting consumers' computers. All you had to do was pop in a CD of one of their artists, pop it in during this period where they had this rookit on there. If you had autoplay, it installed a rookit on your computer, malware, that put a backdoor into your computer. Now, listen to what I'm saying here. All you have to do is put the computer or the CD in your computer, right? You didn't have to be copying it. You didn't have to be, downloading, uploading, blah, blah, blah. You have to all you have to do is buy the CD and try to put it in your computer to play it. And if it autoplayed, you got a nice little surprise you may not have known called a rootkit, where they could go and get into the back door of your computer and leave it open to hackers. And Sony tried to deny this, but they were discovered and they had to give out a list of people that was on there. We're also talking about entertainment industry as a whole, but specifically it was the recording industry that also had a price fix that the companies, and oh god, the list it's like the usual suspects kind of, but this list of the biggest of the recording industry was taking their combined might to all agree on price fixing CDs over this last decade or so that they could keep it fixed at a certain price. They settled out of court. They settled, and when you settle, as a rule, you're settling because ultimately you can't win. So they settle out of court over this whole deal about the price fixing, but yet, of course, I guess somewhere along the way they're still allowed to do their price fixing because I haven't really noticed much drastic differences in the prices. But they did lose they settled a class action lawsuit. Why am I bringing this all up? Because it's just another thing to indicate to the people out there how greedy, soulless, powerful corporations manipulate the law in their favor. Meanwhile, they trample over the rights of others. This is why we have to fight this stuff. This is why I will fight this stuff. There is nothing wrong with doing a parody or satire using elements from the books themselves any more than there is late-night talk shows using parody and such and satire. They use elements from things. They use real names, just like I did. I use the real characters' names. Characters, not people. So what? It's parody, it's satire. It was marked as such. So, fight the power! No, but seriously, I do believe this stuff needs to be fought. That's my video vlog for today. Yay!